Last night, but for some reason tonight, looks like they're showing unbalanced. I'll have to look into that a little bit later. So anyway, go ahead, Craig. In Pittsburgh, TV3 are in charge of taking from the crew, K4KYV.
Yeah, okay, good to hear you, Don. Good to hear you, Jerry. Jerry, you got a big signal, buddy. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing. And Jerry, you're consistent on every band. Every band. You, Don, consistent. Every band I've ever heard you on, so that's a good deal. I'm just relaxing and doing nothing. Feeding the wood burner. Here, and Jerry, Jerry knows, pretty much my whole station. He's been here. And of course, he's my AM Elmer. And yeah, we discussed that SDR play, how that would go. How I would act. I definitely don't want. It's so nice of a little. I mean, it wasn't expensive. I got mine used from eBay, my Sears and Roebuck catalog eBay, and I would hate to mess it up because it is a pretty cool receiver. This I use the Flex 1500 just like as a pan adapter here, and that one has an issue. The actual transmit port broke off, and I soldered it back on, but it still it didn't like that either. So I used one of the other ports on it, but I use it as a receive only. And it's okay, but I know it's crazy, but that SDR play just seems like, well, I use SDR Uno, Kent, to open it up, and it seems like there's so much more to do with it. For the price, difference, obviously it doesn't transmit, but for a receive SDR, it's pretty cool. So, yeah, one day, maybe, I don't know. It sure is nice to be able to even a 1940 model SX28 like I have here with the crystal phasing is pretty good on sideband, slot bucket, noise, whatever. But it sure be nice to have that selectivity a little bit more. Some places. So yeah, maybe someday I'll get after it, figure out a better way not to blow that thing up, because it is truly pretty cool. There's a lot of applications for that thing. And yeah, the mud. Yeah, Dawn, I couldn't believe it last year. I always flew to Florida to see my folks, and last year I didn't take Mom and the dog, so we were gone for 2 weeks. And yeah, it was just like, as soon as you got to Virginia, man, crystal clear. The only problem with that, every place has its own problems, and I bought a truck out of Texas, and all the door seals are all shrunk up because of the heat. The paint's in excellent shape, but some of the door seals have seen their better days, so I can replace door seals. I can replace the body. Believe it now, let's see, I've had that thing for I think since 2012, something like that. And it's starting to show its signs of the salt brine. That's the one, that's the killer, the salt brine. It ate through a set of wheels, chrome wheels on it. The salt brine got in the valve stem pocket, and next thing you know, the valve stems are leaking. I couldn't believe it. So I bought another set of OEM, used OEM, good shape wheels to put on it. But yeah, that was a pretty penny. So it's starting to show signs of salt up underneath, and it's a very high open wheel open to the frame. So every year, every 2 years, I sand it all down in there, and give it a big coating of black in there. Otherwise, it would look pitiful. So that's the price you pay for living here. And let's see. Something else I was going to comment on, but I can't forget. So over to you, Jerry. I don't know if we've ever worked on 160, have we? I don't know. But you got a big signal here. You're like always the perfect distance usually. I always hear you big signals. So K9GAS in a group with N8ZRT and K4KYV. This is KV3RE Charlie. Go ahead, Jerry.
K3RE Charlie, K9GAS in the group we call Don. It has been a while. Craig, I just got this 160 back up probably, I don't know if it's been a month, right before the weather, started changing. I put it's just an inverted V on the fan, and when I did it, I just did, pretty much length of 135 feet on each leg, and I wrapped the ends around my 4x4, so I have concrete hanging around posts for support. And we're going to maintain something pretty good. I thought, it was wood, but 80 meters and 40, it just had lost its resonance and was really funky, so I trimmed it and put isolators as you should. So it's a little shorter. I think it's about 122 feet, something like that on each leg. And then I turned the 40 meter 90 off of it. And the 80's off a little bit, not much, just a little rotation off that. So when it came back into the specs that I thought it should be. So, and then of course I got the 1.25 inch hard line. And about 50 foot of the LMR 400 from that hard line up to the peak point. So there's no losses, especially here. And what I did is these SDRs have a diversity receive on these 20 ABC bottles. And so I put I had one of those G5 RV mystery antenna designs. I've had that thing in a box for probably 8 years. I forgot I had it. And when I was going through storage, I found it, and I thought, what's a big good reference antenna? Because it's the one designed kind of for 160. It's a little bit longer than the standard for 80, but I thought you got basically, plenty of down to 160, just good enough for receive. And then I can, anytime I have power line noises and stuff, we do antennas out there, you can phase that out with this, and it works really well. I'm surprising how well it works. So that's what that's out there for. So it's not a transmit. But I guess I should put some coax on it, because I just got RJ6 on it, fixed it from the home store. It's just for receipt. It's not even quad, it's just standard. That's all I had here. But I kind of bust out last volume. I took all this coax and it wasn't doing anything with it. I think I gave it away and thinking, man, I should have hung on to 100 for that. Because now I'm thinking, well, if I 70 feet of this what I need. I went to buy it. Well, I don't think it will. I don't know. This is for transmit. It's just for that purpose only. And Don, the salt trucks are starting to migrate south, aren't they? The Urban Jones are coming these more ice and stuff down there. And Texas, Oklahoma, there for a few years, and it's got more snow and meat out there than later. And they got some really 18, 20-inch snowfall. Times when we had like for all winter. So, I got the last flight that day. But, so they're getting more snow removal capability. Where back in the 80s and 70s when we were there, they had none. It totally relied on all the traffic just to be duluth and kind of chunking away and stuff like that. So, yeah, boy, the jet stream is making a whole difference in the southern community as far as the weather is concerned. And our traffic here, we're south of town, but we have a mall, one of the bigger ones, just about 3 miles from here, and the main through road, which is Highway 135, goes south, and there's more and more people moving out of towns, going further 20, 30 miles away out of the country. So this is a main thoroughfare now, and it's getting bumper to bumper. So it's traffic like we Borgie sees, but we don't have the roads yet. So they got a lot of proposals, and the interstate's coming up right within about less than a mile from us, west, and then the main thoroughfares from there. We're right in between the K9GAS Road and big roundabouts. So it's kind of a prompt us to want to move. Now our home value is climbing steadily, which is great. That's a bit. So we're going to hang on until that's done. And hopefully it'll hold true, and we've got quite the equity here. Of course, everything down south of us is going up too, but I get to that retirement plan, I think somewhere. The kids here, our son, just had the one grandkids. I don't know if that'll ever happen. So anyway, Craig, the potential of that thing is really more than just a donkey type situation. You have a soft start to the high voltage, and you got relays that will control that. You have into the exciter, it controls the voltage, bias grid and all that, and you have all this timing, so it brings it up in different stages, so it doesn't just swing all at once. I know years ago learned you hook them up on sometimes on those broadcast transmitters, put all that stuff in there. You can take some things or make something darky sparky and take out the screen supply or something, or modulation iron, just so those little sequential boxes are there for a reason. They're more than just a push-the-top donkey. They got a timing type situation on them. So that's what that thing is. I think there's 3 relays in there in different stages with capacitors on there to release and to energize it. Just enough milliseconds to kind of keep things happy that way. Check over to you and around the country. Craig had me to his place. He's really nice. Yeah, I don't think he has to worry about traffic. But when I came to his house, I got 3 cars, I think, over to you. And he's already in the group K9GAS.
Hello, Jerry, K9GAS Today's KRD. Yeah, signals are down. Probably 10, 20 dB from what they were when you first started there. So it's interesting to watch the big conditions. It's not great. I was on the air. Got on here real early tonight. Product of John, WA9ZBW. About 5:15. And that's before dark, at least at this location. And signals were really good then. But they were doing the same USB stuff that they normally do. Craig, I was thinking about the beer. I have a good friend that lives in southeast Ohio, down around Athens, sort of that area. Ohio University, I don't know if you know the area or not. But anyway, he's got about 100 acres. And his house sits probably 250 yards off a little tiny, I think it's just recently, within the past 5 years, asphalt road. Little bit of dirt road. whole time is he sits back on his back deck and hunts from there. We're so private property, and he's taken, I don't know, 3 or 4 deer a year for the past probably 10 years from where he lives. Sitting out on his back deck, that's his tree stand. So I'm not that far out, but I would love to be at some point in my life, but I doubt it.